Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are back. Your usual hosts are back. No Steve or Victor this week.
Back with a
Yeah, boy.
vengeance.
Let's go. I'm gonna say one thing though. This weekend's football was pretty shocking by results.
6
Good
out of
evening,
10.
Martin.
Or however many, 6 out of 12, or
Yeah,
fuck, I don't know.
we
It was not
we
fun.
did not do great.
Bro, I'm having a shocking season, which is linked to the fact that I'm just not even remotely plugged in anymore. Like,
Nah, but even
so the people probably noticed this ain't my digs, this ain't my usual digs. Welcome to Premier in Casa del Oz.
God, doesn't look too bad, to be fair.
Oh, bro, it's literally just cut and paste. It's a fucking Premier in. So I'm sitting here in the Highlands. I'm here for the entire week. I left it. I got up. What time did I get in the shower? I got in the shower at 4:15 this morning. I was out the door about 5:15. I'm up in a town called Elgin, which is about, I don't know, 45 minutes out of Inverness. And I'm literally covering the Highlands today. Like today, tomorrow. I'm in Inverness tomorrow. And then on Wednesday, I'm going to go across to Aberdeen. And then I've got to slowly but steadily make my way down the Scottish coast. I'm in Fife on Thursday and fucking Dunfermline on Friday or some shit like that.
Nice.
And then I'll get home late Friday night. And then I'll be home for a week. And then I'll be on the ferry and I'll be in Dublin and Cork in 2 weeks.
Right.
For a week.
Damn.
Just.
At least next week is a bank holiday, so
yeah,
it's a 4-day week. So that's okay.
I've jammed as many fantasy football drafts into next week as possible, so because it's bank holiday week.
But there we go. You can meet up with Patrick.
No, bro. Okay, I used to do this. It's not Patrick. It's Partick. It's Partick Thistle. It's a Scottish football team.
Oh.
I used to do that, like playing FIFA. I'd be like, Patrick Thistle. No, it's Partick Thistle.
Wait, you played with a Scottish team in FIFA?
Oh, bro, you get bored. like when the game's been out for like 6 months and you've done everything, you get bored. You're like, Scottish League.
Fair enough. Which social media are you?
We are using all of them.
Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. You know, we're going to be everywhere tonight.
I think we might even be on the.
I don't think we're on TikTok tonight.
The app formerly known as Twitter.
I'm not sure. Maybe. But I am this week's scorelines were not great, but just to put it into context. So week 4, myself and Oz got 6 out of 15 correct.
Yeah, it was bad. It was a bad week, boys. It was a bad week. And I'm glad I didn't sit here last week and fucking like sort of wax poetically every time choosing a team and stuff, being like, oh, this is the reason I'm choosing this team. I literally just fucking chucked them in the spreadsheet because I was up in Inverness. So I just chucked them in the fucking spreadsheet and I was just done with it. And you can tell. Honestly, at one point in time, I think I was just copy pasting your answers because I couldn't be asked typing out the team names. And you can tell because we both got 6.
Yes.
So
the one thing that I am gonna say is that the reason why I'm saying that this week was weird because teams that we expect were expected to win absolutely lost by they didn't lose by one score.
There were some big community favorites that got upset as well. So we can comfortably say that there was some upsets that definitely raised an eyebrow.
Because I've got the community picks here and a lot of us got it wrong too. A lot of us as the community, we got majority wrong as well. which is quite shocking. Victor, Nana, and Hatch didn't put in their picks for this week, which I'm kind of disappointed. They need to be on it. But Chris from the Breens got 8 out of 15.
Mate, Sean is storming it.
Sean got 12 out of 15. Now
Sean is crushing it. Just to answer a couple of questions. Raven, we are using Restream. That's the platform that we use for the rundown, and then that obviously pushes out to the social media platforms, so Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. Evening Joe, thank you for joining us. Evening Gary, and evening Martin.
Yes. Evening guys, and thank you for sitting here and listening to us talk absolute shit sometimes, but no, we're
always absolute shit.
Yeah, we know some stuff. It's just hard when there's.
I don't think I do anymore. I think I left all of my football knowledge in 2024. All of my football knowledge was left in 2024.
Yeah.
If you want a big score, he worked the NFL Academy versus the Elite Prospects. It was 105-0 versus the NFL Academy. I think we can just go and drop the
elite
from the name, and it's
call it
prospects. Just
yeah,
prospects.
That's it.
Yeah, the NFL Academy played the prospects, and the prospects lost.
Yeah, that's not great.
Satan himself is blessing us. What's up, Lucifer?
I actually didn't go to any games this week, so this is gonna be. There's no expectations.
Was that because was there no Blitz home game? Is that what?
No, the Blitz B played at home, but I just wanted to stay at home. I wanted a weekend just to refresh myself because I'm out every weekend. Like, so remember, I work for a football club as well, so I do media for a football club as well. So every Saturday I'm out.
I'm so busy. I've got my camera. I'm doing things every weekend.
Look, being a photojournalist is difficult. Okay, you got to be able to be moving at all times.
You know how I know that's a fact? Because you still have a full-time job. If it wasn't difficult, you would do it as a full-time job.
Oh,
the fact that you've still got a 9 to 5 that you're doing Monday to Friday tells me I know it's difficult.
Yeah,
my day's good, Mansing. I spent 6.5 hours in a car. So yeah, I drove 300 miles in 6.5 hours.
Yeah, I spent 8 hours in an office and came home to talk to you about Sunday's games.
I went out to my car to go get some food about an hour ago, and I swear that an albatross has shat on my windscreen because it is the literal biggest bird dung that I've ever seen. Someone thought they spotted Micah on the Warriors sideline, had to put them right. They don't all look the same. I have made that mistake. They don't all look the same.
But there is no photographer with the Warriors this year. Just for that to be clear. So shall we talk about the games this week and the community picks?
Yeah. All right, we'll bundle it together.
Yeah. So first game of the week was on Saturday, which actually
we had European football.
Let's go European football first.
We had European football.
Yes, European football first,
and we had good European football. Good result
for the UK side. Yes,
good result. Yeah.
But the UK side,
how often does the UK side perform that well in Europe? We are usually a one and done. Let's be honest.
2011.
Yeah.
2011, 2012, and that was the London Blitz.
14 years ago. Like we are usually a one and done when it comes to European football. We get the big announcement like Warriors are playing in Europe or Manchester's playing in Europe or blah 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 playing in Europe, and then it's like they play one game and they're done.
They're out of Europe. They're playing.
Yeah. We get the Brexit. We get the England is out of Europe in Britball.
Oh god. But talking about Europe game, we actually streamed. We had the game streamed live.
We restreamed. We did not stream.
We didn't stream it.
We restreamed.
Others restreamed it.
Yes. Let's make that clarification. We didn't have a crew there or anything. Somebody else streamed it, and we shared their stream.
But it was a interesting game. Obviously, Bristol Aztecs won massively against Amsterdam Crusaders, who they played last year. So I think a lot of people had expectations that it was just going to be another sort of
I thought it was going to be a closer game. Do they have to play them in a reverse fixture, or have
No,
they got a
it's one and
different
done.
team? They've got a different team as a home game though.
So they're traveling to Sweden. I think they're traveling to Sweden next. I think they got the Mean Machines next.
I thought they had a home game, or was this?
That was the home game.
Oh,
that was the home game. So,
okay.
so Steve
right.
had streamed. Yeah. We had streamed that game. Hence the reason why I said we had streamed that game because Steve was there. But a lot of people were expecting Bristol to actually get beaten and destroyed by the Amsterdam Crusaders, who, looking at the stream, didn't seem to have a QB.
It's because we go into Europe and we leave Europe very, very quickly usually.
That's true.
So there's been a historical precedent for English teams or British teams not performing in Europe recently anyway.
Yeah.
So it's great to see. Like Bristol, they went out, they executed their game plan. Like you say, Amsterdam looked like they didn't have a QB, but I don't think that mattered though, because even if Amsterdam had a QB, they weren't stopping Bristol. If that, it would have just turned into a shootout, which I think Bristol would have comfortably won. So instead of it being a 40-point blowout, it might have been a 20-point blowout. But I thought it was a great performance to see, and I'm really excited to see what they're going to put out for their second European game.
Yeah, it was a great watch. Obviously, although there was a bit of a comedy moment where I was sitting there, and the comments that some people were putting in, it was like, Amsterdam was playing great. Bristol, the game's just started. Could we at least let the game get into
can we
the
get a drive
ending of the first quarter?
Can we get a drive each? Yeah, for sure.
Can we just allow things to develop before we start shooting off wild claims that things are going great? But Bristol, they're technically throughout the season they're 3-0 now. They haven't lost the game. They put up over 140 points, if I'm correct, in all three games.
They have handled their business. They're looking good.
They've done what they needed to do, and it looked really good. I have to admit, it looked like it was a great game. The offense looked like they're really clicking, which they're obviously it's still early, so there's probably a lot more stuff that they want to put in.
Have they got a new QB?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they do. They do have a new QB who looks pretty mobile as well, and can actually throw that ball downfield. Mate,
he's got like I've said before, there's 5 to 7 actual quarterbacks in the country. He's one of them now. He's one of them for sure.
Yeah. But we have to say, them stepping away from Baffle for a week to go play Europe, it's a good look, and the fact that the stream had I think at one point over 650 people watching it from the United States to Amsterdam to Denmark it was actually really nice to see. So it's definitely a step in the right direction.
And then the thing is, them going out and performing the way that they performed is massive.
Yes.
It's a really big thing for them to, with the streaming audience that we had and the exposure that there was, for them to go out put such a fucking convincing performance on wax, to then take that as a step forward, because now they come back, they play the Warriors.
Yeah.
And then they go back and they play like you said, you think it's the Mean Machine, who I believe put a pretty convincing win on Manchester last year. Yeah. So that's a really tough schedule. Warriors into the Mean Machine. So, Bristol, that's a good tune-up game for them with Amsterdam. Get them going and stuff. But I just think it's great for the sport to see them in Europe performing well and not just getting bounced in the first round. So hats off to Europe. Hats off to Bristol. Well done.
Got to look at any Bristol team going to Europe and looking good. Might make Baffert take notice. But it does help Britball overall as well.
But does it help Britball as whole over one team? Well, it definitely helps. It definitely helps Bristol. But I think it does help Britball as a whole, purely for the fact that it might lead other teams to look at maybe we do Europe. So somebody like if the Warriors are sitting there and going, because the Warriors haven't been out to Europe for a few years now. It's been about three or four years.
I think it was what
Maybe even longer.
2017 was the last time they went out to Europe.
Pre-COVID? Was it pre-COVID?
Yeah, it was pre-COVID. It was.
Oh,
This was.
wow.
It was the year that Tamworth Phoenix won the championship.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Shit. I thought they'd been out post-COVID. Right.
No, it was a very long time ago. So
you might see another team, like you might see the Warriors looking at it and going, right, we haven't been out to Europe for nearly 10 years. Do we take that step out? And then if Brit Ball teams are putting a good performance on paper, on wax in Europe, then that could lead to more players home, because we have a lot of homegrown talent that goes. They leave for Europe because it's a better standard. Some of them can get semi-pro sort of playing functionalities and stuff. If we can keep some of that talent at home, because they're like, well, I can play in Europe and still live back here. So yeah, I think strong performances in Europe from British teams are better for the sport in Britain as a whole. I do.
And I feel that it does help push the narrative, because obviously there was a story that was written a while back about an ELF team potentially coming here. It does give off the fact that we do have players in this country that can hang with Europeans. So that does put a bit more of an incentive of, can a ELF team survive over here and not be a punching bag for everyone else?
If we can continue as a nation to sort of, or whatever, a conglomerate of nations, to continue to drum up support for these streams and stuff and get 600, 700, 800,000 people watching, then the ELF will look at it and be like, right, okay, so not only have they got the players that can perform at that level, but they've also got the fan base that wants to see those games. So
exactly. But again, congratulations, Bristol, on your big win. And
big ups, Bristol. Well done, guys.
You move into week 5 with a massive game to go into, but we'll talk about that later. Anyway, so Brit Ball week. Brit Ball started on a Saturday where we had Newcastle Vikings.
Just start at the bottom. Don't worry about days. Don't worry about days. Just start at the bottom.
Fine. We're starting at the bottom. We're starting at Oxford Saints versus Ipswich Cardinals. And to the community pick was 60% picked Oxford Saints, 40% picked Ipswich Cardinals, and the Saints won 42-9.
Which realistically, right, the Saints have been a D1 team that's been stuck in D1 for the past sort of 3 years, because other teams just kept folding, not allowing them to drop down.
That is true.
But when we look at these teams that drop down, we probably still should have the expectation that if they're able to retain a large amount of their player base, that they should be better than run-of-the-mill.
24-9, that's what I said.
I don't know what you said, to be honest. But you should be able to beat a run-of-the-mill Div 2 team if you're a Div 1 team coming down, if you've managed to retain sort of the core of your... But the controversy that came about from that game didn't actually revolve around that game.
Controversy?
Steve got some Oxford Saints merch. He got the merch. He got the Sportank Oxford Saints.
Oh no!
Yeah. And obviously, so Steve turned up to do the. You said 42, not 24. You're dyscalcular. No, Lakeism 5. But Uncle Shan's in trouble, so we can't do that.
You can't do that. Oh yeah, to be fair, I saw the hat. The hat looks actually kind of nice.
Oh, he got the shirt as well. He got full Oxford Saints Sportank drip.
No way.
They dripped the man out, and obviously it created a little bit of contention in the Sportank Discord.
That's true. It did actually.
But I've heard that me and you are getting some merch, not from Steve. Somebody else has reached out to me, said he's got some goodies for us.
Okay.
Well, he messaged me. He's like, I got something for you. I'll get it sent to you. What's your address? I was like, cool. He's like, I've got something for Micah as well. I was like, I can't be asking Micah for his address yet. Send it to me and I'll get it sent on to him. So there's we got some goodies coming. And if anybody else wants to send us some team swag,
we'll wear it. We'll wear it.
Yeah, we will. Yeah, and I promise I will not pick against you for 4 straight weeks.
That's a big claim. And the next game. Yeah, the next game that was in Division 2 we had the Lincolnshire Bombers versus Leicester Panthers. The community went 78-12, well, 22%, which the Leicester Panthers won 40-3, which was I think that was expected.
I think this was sort of what was expected. Like Leicester struggled in parts. Like they had a bit of a hiccup last week, I think it was.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people were sort of picking Leicester at the beginning of the season to look to be fighting for promotion back to Div 1. So yeah, I think last week was a little bit of a hiccup, and it was sort of back to regularly scheduled programming for Leicester this week.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Micah's
we got 8 out of 15. Sorry, I didn't color in some of our picks. We got 8 out of 15.
Oh yes, let's go above. Hey mate, above 500. I'm down with that. I'm down with that.
I was just looking at it and I was like, wait, something's not right here. I can't figure out what it is. I didn't mark off two games.
Above 500, I'll take it.
Yeah, but no, this game was pretty expected. They dropped down from Division 1. It looks like they've kept all their players. They're just going to run through Division 2 and probably go back up again. Well, they have to play the promotion.
You say that, but they lost last week. So
Yeah,
let's not be so quick to. I think me and you can be very reactionary at times, and we're immediately like we're like Nottingham is going to finish second, and yeah, exactly. Yeah, we're very sort of reactionary a lot of the time, where we sort of like jump on the hype wagon like immediately, and I think we need to just sort of dial it back. I get there's only like 8 games or 10 games depending on the division, but we're just gonna scale it back a little bit. Back a little bit. Let's get a couple more weeks under our belt before we start crowning people division champions. And also remember, you got to play that promotion relegation game as well. So.
Yeah, which.
We'll see how many of those get played.
I think they will get played, because I think there's got to be some sort of stipulation that they have.
Well, I still haven't seen. We've asked this question on stream. We've asked this question in Discord. I still don't know. Is it a automatic associate if you forfeit that game?
I don't know. I think that's something we have to ask Baffa.
So, I don't know. But move on. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
We've got we're going up to Division 1 now, because there was only 2 Division 2 games. So
are we talking Div 2 for the South and like for the whole country?
There's South and North. Yeah, just 2 games.
God damn.
Yeah, I know, right? So Division 1, £500 if you fine.
Is that confirmed, or are we just spreading rumors?
Yeah, like, give us a bit of fact. But we had Division 1 West. We had Somerset Wyverns versus South Wales Warriors. We obviously both picked Wales Warriors, who won 39-0.
Yeah, I think the majority of everybody picked the Warriors, and
71% picked the Warriors.
Not a lot of surprises there. Yeah, 29% play for the Wyverns. Yeah. Right, next game.
Division 1.
There you go. Competition reg in the competition regulations.
Fair.
Thank you for clarifying that, Dan. That's not really a massive penalty.
It's not, but you don't really want to be giving up 500 quid, do you?
And teams are often struggling to scrape together 20 quid, let alone 500.
So you don't really want to do that. So it kind of makes sense. So we go to Division 1 Central. We have Sussex Thunder versus Berkshire Renegades. Sussex Thunder won 14-6. 52%.
Is this turning into the rundown triangle? Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
away we go. Okay.
Yes, it is. We just need one more team to lose. We need one more team to Wembley to do it, and then everyone's beating everyone. We had 42% picked the Sussex Thunder, 48 picked Berkshire Renegades. I kind of didn't see this one coming, but I thought that it would be Berkshire that probably would have got.
I think after Berkshire's week 1 performance, I was sort of like, oh yeah, Berkshire had a really good win week 1, so they'll sort of build off. Like, what was it? They battered Blitz B or something.
And then they lost by the Portsmouth by like I think 2, but then Portsmouth beat Sussex by 3. So
yeah,
it was sort of a confusing one.
And then Blitz B went and beat Portsmouth convincingly.
Blitz B versus Portsmouth, the second game, which 65% picked Portsmouth.
Yeah,
And
as you would.
Blitz and some I don't know where it came from, but Blitz won 27-14. I know that the QB threw 4 touchdowns, as I saw from his Instagram. But like, where did this performance come from? Where was this performance?
It's just brick ball paper scissors rock. That's what it is. Rock paper scissors as you guys call it. It's just brick ball Rochambeau. That's all it is.
Yeah, it was so confusing. I was like, oh, okay, fair enough, cool.
Every third week we're going to get it wrong. Someone's going to beat someone they weren't supposed to, or we didn't think they would.
Yeah.
And we'll just mark it down to wonderful Div 1 chaos.
Which I'm here for, because Div 1 is the more exciting level of football in the UK.
Div 1. So the thing is, like Div 2 is unbridled chaos because it's just a lot of shithousery, and like Div 1 is there's usually not always, but usually a decent standard of football being played, like as per
That's true.
As per our nation.
Now and then it turns into a whole load of shit, and then
now and then you've got two teams that are in Div 1 fighting it out. But generally there's a reasonable standard of football being played. But it's just the chaos in the middle is just sort of thrown in, and you're like, oh shit. Whereas the Prem usually you can kind of figure out who's gonna. But I mean, at the moment it's the beginning of the season, and nobody knows anything about the Prem apparently.
Exactly, we apparently. Jesus. Then we move over to Division 1 East in the South. Essex Tridents versus Kent Exiles. 68% picked Kent Exiles, and Kent Exiles won 12-9.
This game, right? I saw this scoreline, and I couldn't decide whether it was appropriate or something had gone horribly wrong, because there was an overwhelming prediction that Kent were going to win.
Yes,
but was it an overwhelming prediction that Kent were going to win, but Essex would still run them close? Because I remember last year Essex being good, being very very good.
Yeah, that's true. The game, from what I'm being told, is that the scoreline doesn't match what happened in the game.
Right, okay.
So from what I've been told is that the scoreline did not match what happened in the game, and
is Nana trying to pull the wool over your eyes and pretend like his team was we were so much better than 12 points. It's just things didn't go our way.
It's probable. But I also was told that Essex Tridents they have apparently 2 QBs that can pass, and they try to run it a lot. So there's a lot. There's a bit of questioning there now. Was the OC just making bad calls in plays, and who knows? But we can only speculate unless someone comes and tells us.
Hey, Russ has summed it up. Div 1 is usually unpredictable. Russ has summed it up. It was a Div 1 game. Div 1's usually unpredictable.
True, so. Unless it was last year where we had an outright winner who we automatically knew straight away.
And Stephen just loves American football. We're here for it, Stephen.
And then the next game we had in the East, Colchester Gladiators versus London Olympians. We both picked, I believe, no.
I picked the Glads.
No. I picked the
Glads.
Olympians.
Yes. Yeah, you picked the Olympians, I picked the Glads.
Yes.
I thought this might have been one of those little chaotic unpredictabilities.
Yeah. Doesn't mean they have people that can catch. That's true. That is true.
Yeah, just because you got 2 QBs that can throw, you got to have someone that can catch. Glads versus O's was a good hard game. Both teams struggled to run the ball. O's passing game had the edge. I was really hopeful for the Glads, like obviously coming up from Div 2 last year. I was hopeful that they might sort of make some waves, and this game is encouraging.
It is encouraging
because the O's are perennially average. And I've gotten trouble for saying this before. I've called them bang average before, and wow. About 2 or 3 years ago, I called them absolutely bang average. And Steve got really wound up about it. The O's got really wound up about it. But ever since their fall from grace from the Prem, they have just been a consistently average D1 outfit where they will go out and they'll put up good performances and they'll put up bad performances, and the realistic prospect of the team is somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. By the way, 81% picked the London Olympians to win the game, and the score was 12-3.
Yeah.
So again, as usual, the O's defense is always the strong part. I guess the offense just needs to catch up to more. I guess
the O's are good enough to make the O's feel good enough to make playoffs, not good enough to win it.
Yeah. That's usually the case, isn't it?
Yeah.
So again, when cheaters came up, they had the opportunities to win it 2 years ago and screwed it up.
And they
So
they playoffs last year as well. Against I think they lost to Rushmore.
Wembley
or Wembley, one of the two.
Two.
Virgin Atlantic.
Wow, that's a new one.
Yo, Richard Branson, welcome to the rundown, big man.
What a shocker! But we're going to leave the South.
We've made it big time. We're going to leave the South via Virgin Atlantic.
Yeah, we're going up to the North Midlands. Now, I was gobsmacked. We have Sandwell Steelers versus Shropshire Revolution.
I was
55% picked Steelers, 45% picked the Revs. Stanwell Steelers won 18-0. You were right.
I picked the Steelers, right? I'm pretty sure I picked
yes, you did.
I learned my lesson from the Surge. I learned my lesson from the Surge. I picked the Surge over the Steelers, and then I remembered I was wrong. I meant to pick the Revs over the Steelers, and then when the Steelers handled the Surge, I was like, you know what? This right here is a warning. I was gonna pick the Revs over the Steelers, and then I didn't, and I was wrong. And I was like, right, when they play the Revs, I will pick the Steelers. And I did.
So when Chris and Sean were saying in the group chat, Steelers have beat. I was like, what? What is going? Okay.
I mean, I don't know where Sandwell is. I think it's near Birmingham. I think so, but I have no idea. I
think it's southwest of Birmingham.
I don't know. I don't know. But what I do remember is they used to be a Prem team about 7 or 8 years ago.
Oh wow! Yeah, they were, and then they had the big fall from grade.
Then they dropped all the way to Div 2. They dropped all I think they went it was consecutive seasons,
back to back relegations. I remember that. And
straight through the basement. Yeah.
And then we move on to the other team in that division. Birmingham Bulls versus the Surge.
Bulls were up 14-0 due to their little running back that's apparently immortal. And then the team folded at the half, is what we've just been told by a wild fruit.
By the way, the game finished 29-14 to the Surge.
Yeah.
58% picked the Surge, 42% picked the Bulls. And I think you picked the Bulls as well. So that was
I did. I thought, I was like, no, I bet on the Surge last time they lost. I know better than that. What I should know better than is to bet on the Bulls. Thank you, Adam.
I was looking at it kind of odd when I saw that. I was like, he does know who he picked, right?
Yeah, nah. It's I don't know. Like my whole time recollection is just like COVID has. I cannot remember things that happened pre-COVID. I cannot remember things that happened post-COVID. I just remember that things happened. I do not know when. So when I say that they dropped to Prem 7 years ago, it turns out it was post-COVID they dropped from the Prem. But I can't tell the fucking difference because everything since like 2015, pretty much since I stopped playing Britball full time, which was like 2018, 2019.
Wow,
everything has bro. I have had the occasional run out, but I stopped like properly playing in like 2018, 2019, and And then that's why people are like, why do we care about Oz's opinion? He hasn't played in like 6 years. You should have never cared about my opinion, even when I was playing.
Fair enough. But yeah, to be fair, it's the Bulls. I'm not surprised.
I'm done with Birmingham.
Okay, good.
So never seen a 5'5" running back take so many constant hits and get up. I don't know what they feed him.
Good. And then we move up to our favorite division, apparently.
The Scottish division?
No. Division 1 North. We still got the Division 1 North to go through.
I can't remember what I named all the teams in the Scottish division, by the way.
Oh, God. So it's just random. It's just gonna be
I
random.
need to get my magic wheel done while you're doing this.
Fair enough. We had Yorkshire Rams versus Chester Romans. 89% of you picked Yorkshire Rams, and the Rams won very convincingly, 40-0. They are probably they. I don't want to shout it too early, but Rams look like they've just kept moving the way that they did last season.
Don't have to shout it. Don't have to shout it early. It's just they're looking good. They're looking good.
They're looking really good. They're definitely doing exactly what was expected of them. But 40-0 already is another. There's been multiple shutouts this season, and it's only been week 4.
Yeah,
it is kind of a bit. You think there'd be a lucky field goal here or there, but
no, because you say lucky field goal. Like I feel like there's less quality kickers in Brit Bull than there is quality quarterbacks.
Hey, goalkeepers, man.
It doesn't matter. The amount of teams I see shanking field goals from like 25 to 30.
That is true.
Thank you, Glody. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
And then we move on to the other team in that division. Merseyside Nighthawks versus Sheffield Giants. We all picked the Nighthawks for this game.
Well, this game's already been played, hasn't it? Like, this is their second time round.
Yes, this is their second.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually.
I'm pretty sure they played in week 1.
Yeah, they did. Merseyside won 33-10.
Yeah.
58% of you picked Merseyside, so congrats. But I guess it's the same story. A Prem team comes down. If they keep the players that they had, they should be able to do something. I'm intrigued.
I just want to go back to the Yorkshire game very quickly. Lewis has said hats off to Chester in the heat. Kept going all game. Mercy rule in the second half. Dan said, imagine prep must have been tough in Chester. I imagine it'd be very tough because I think someone was saying that they only turned up with about 22 or something for that game.
Shit. How did you register? How did you register? Wait, I thought you must have minimum 35.
I think they've had players leave post-season beginning.
Oh, that's not.
Yeah. But there's I saw comments from someone who formerly associated with Chester, not associated anymore, but he was mentioning that there was players playing both ways from their side of things. So it's the Romans are well and truly about halfway up struggle street at the moment.
Minimum to start game is 22.
Is 22. So there you go. So they had 23 on the sideline. So yeah, one above BAFA regulations. 24. It just keeps going up. So can I get a 25? 25? Anybody? 25? I have a 24 to Lewis Young. 24. Can I get a 25?
Oh, that is rough. That is super rough. I have to that.
There we go.
Coach
up in the second half. We got that 25. It's just fucking. And then, well, I mean, they might have had 25 to begin the season, but someone got a ban. So don't be a dickhead. You won't get banned.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. He plays for that team.
I just remembered. I just clicked the two together. Yeah.
Obviously, me and you weren't here last week to talk about.
But Steve and Victor went into it, I believe.
Him and Victor covered it enough. But yeah, my 2p very quickly is don't be a dickhead, you won't get banned. Tebs wanted us to talk about the fact that apparently Birmingham uses a barefoot kicker.
What?
Tebs has said that Birmingham their kicker kicks barefoot. Now, this is all hearsay. This is coming from Tebs directly. So if we are wrong, if we're lying,
go talk to Tebs.
Yeah, chase up Tebs. But Tebs has said that they use a barefoot kicker in Birmingham. So old mate goes out, fucking running lopsided. Right.
Interesting. But fair enough. And also congratulations to Merseyside on that win.
Yes. Now, sorry, we've completely taken away from Merseyside's win.
Yeah,
surely not legal. I don't know if it matters, bro.
Hey, you're kicking barefooted. You're risking a lot. You're risking a lot right there.
Those toes ain't regulation studs, my man. But it's not. No, you know what? I think if I was a lineman, and there we go, can confirm.
Oh, why is there not footage?
No,
Why is there no footage? Please tell me someone has footage of this.
What do you mean footage? He's got his footage out. That's what the problem is.
Why you? Oh my god,
bro! Why have you got your toes out on the field? Do you reckon he has to like tape? Do you reckon he has to like tape them up? Knee pads to socks. Yeah, there we go. Martin just said socks and mandatory equipment. Do you reckon he lines up for uniform check with a boot on and then like stands on the sideline like boot and sock, and then the moment they're like, right, field goal team, it's just fucking whipping it off, and just plodding it out. It'll just be one though. He won't be full barefoot. There's no chance because he still needs grip. He still needs grip on the plant foot, so he's still gonna have a boot on his plant foot, and then he's just fucking old like Free Willy with the kicking foot.
Wow. Wow. Okay.
I feel like I just refuse to fucking block for him because like I'd be petrified that if I go backwards, like if I'm a shit block, I'm a step straight on the foot.
Well, that's his fault, isn't it?
Other shoes are stiletto. Yeah, fucking hell.
Hey, fair enough. If he can kick with it with barefooted, then
that's.
I've punted a football in just normal trainers. I didn't like it. So to kick it.
I'm going back to my roots here. I'm going back to my New Zealand roots, and I'm just going to say that's so hoary. That is so fob like that is just it's unacceptable. Like
that's brave. That is very brave of him. But let's leave the footage alone.
Is he like toe punting it though, or is he?
It's got to be the side. It's got to be the side of the foot. You can't. There's no way that you're toe punting a football. Like you're not toe punting a football.
Yeah, but so like side
it hurts. It hurts toe punting it in trainers.
Yeah, but so side footing. You're gonna just fucking like it's. Yeah, you're hooking. You're hooking that 9 times out of 10.
Yeah, of course. But it's better to do that than toe punting it and potentially breaking your down toe.
What about like the top of your foot though? Like essentially you put your laces through it. Like where he's scraping his toes along the dirt.
Yeah, but that's that. There's got to be footage somewhere. Someone please hit us up with that because I'm intrigued to see how he's.
Can we get a sideline photo? I want a sideline photo of a man just standing there with a bare foot, like full on kit, sock, knee pad, and then just a fucking barefoot.
I'm intrigued. I'm very intrigued to see how that went.
Every field goal is man versus wild.
Yes. Yeah. But we move up to Scotland now.
No, do we?
Yeah, we have to.
I've done it. So it's overrated. It's not worth it.
Now, all right, but I'm kind of shocked by this score. Balls number 3 kicks barefoot, but punts with a soccer boot.
Pussy.
Leeds foot.
Yeah, he's got the fucking.
if you've not seen Mr. Deed, go watch it and you'll understand that reference very quickly.
The old frostbite foot.
Oh shit!
Place kicks barefoot but punts with a soccer boot. Absolute pussy.
How the hell's he do? Okay.
Nah. If you're gonna punt, I want you out there punting barefoot as well. I want someone to be scared of blocking the punt because they're gonna slap hand to foot.
I just find that wild. I'm not gonna lie, but
it's outrageous.
We've got the new team, Rosdale Bucks versus.
Who aren't even in Scotland. This is
are they not in Scotland?
No, they're in the Scottish division and they're not in Scotland.
Where are they from?
It's like Rossendale's like north of Manchester. It's in Lancashire.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah. So you've got if there's an away game, you've got Aberdeen going to fucking Rossendale in the complete opposite side of the country, south of the border.
Wow.
Or if you've got a home game in Aberdeen, you've got Rossendale fucking off up the other side of the country.
I guess Rossendale wanted to play, and that was the only thing that they could get. So they took it.
They came up from associate, didn't they?
Fair play to them. Fair play to them.
So did Aberdeen.
Yeah. Well.
And they did run. I need to stop doubting Aberdeen.
Yeah. But this game ended 26-20 to Clyde Valley Blackhawks, which
The British
with
punter.
punter.
That
Okay.
just makes it sound like a link to Ladbrokes.
Yeah, this game was a lot closer than I expected, if I'm going to be honest. A team that got basically thrust into a very a Division 1 so far, and it's like, surely Blackhawks should have won this game more comfortably.
Yeah, you've got a team that was in the process of completing their associate process, and versus an established like Blackhawks have been an established Div 1 team for a few years now, and they ran them close. So
very interesting.
I think on my wheel of names I called them like the Hoosendale whatchamacallits or something.
I think so.
But yeah, I think this 7-point loss, or they deserve to be put some respect on their name.
Rossendale are still doing their associate season.
This is their associate season, Fair. Like in Div 1.
Fair enough. You know what? I'm sorry. You know what? Bath is a mess. How the hell?
No, Bath is a fucking joke. Right, let's move on. Let's move on to the rest of the not so Scottish division.
Yeah, we've got the wow. Okay, we're moving to the Premiership.
No, I'm pretty sure there was another game in the Scottish division, wasn't it?
No, just one.
Was it literally just Clyde Valley and Rossendale?
Yeah.
Oh,
just one game.
Then.
Now we move on to the Premiership South. We have Cambridgeshire Cats versus London Warriors. 98%. There's a 2%. Someone 98% picked Warriors to win this game. Warriors obviously won 60-6. There was an update on the scores in the game. It was 60-6. London Warriors won. But we, the pundits, we had a different
pundits. Yeah, we use that term very fucking.
I'm using it. The pundits, we had would Cambridge score? Yes or no? Only one of us got it right, and that was Sean Breen. I don't know what the hell happened in that one. Oh, was it 58-6? I'm confused because on Instagram there's 60. On the Cats Instagram it was 60-6. Warriors it was 60-6. So I don't know which one is the truth. But on Bathart it does say 58-6. So I'm gonna go with 58-6, and then we're just gonna leave it like that. Yeah, I guess. Look, it is expected, but no one's shocked by this result. I don't know. I saw that the QB was the QB from against Blitz after he pulled up on his hamstring the week prior. I guess he played. And how was the Cat score? Was it a deep pass? What was it?
Oh, I don't care enough.
I just want to.
No, I don't care enough.
Okay. It's true, it doesn't matter.
It was 56-6, Warriors got a safety towards the end. Cat scored a beauty. Yeah, Dan says, does it matter? No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter in the slightest.
But also the game that we had on Saturday, it was the Newcastle Vikings versus the Coventry Phoenix. 89% of the community picked the Newcastle Vikings to win, and the Phoenix won 17-10. Are we having a division where everyone's potentially going to end up beating each other?
What is going on?
I'm very confused, but the Phoenix have always been a good side, so I don't know. We shouldn't be too shocked. In a sense,
I'm not shocked. It's more. I don't want to say annoyed because that's not fair on the teams that are performing well. I'm more perturbed at the fact that the Prem is no longer an easy pick.
No. The Prem North.
The Prem North. Sorry, the Prem North. Yeah.
South. But we can kind of gauge exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, no. So it's good. It's good for football to have competition in the Prem. It is good. Like having a very lopsided Prem division is not good for football. In for Britball, having competition is good. So this is a good thing. Having Coventry and East Kilbride and Newcastle and Nottingham, having them competitive. This is good. Just need to make sure that they're competitive with Manchester as well to make it perfection.
who, as we are about to go into predictions for week 5, Manchester, we actually do see some teams actually playing their first game.
Is this? I was about to say. I was going to say. Has Manchester played it all this season?
Nope, they have not played yet.
This is outrageous. 5 weeks in and you haven't played a game.
But we're going to go into week 5 picks, and this should be fun. Should be very interesting. Prem South is split 3 for 3. North is pretty open. That is very true.
I think 3 for 3.
I wouldn't say 3 for 3 yet.
I would say 2 4.
I'll say it's 2 to 3, and Blitz would just be in the middle.
Right. Okay. So you got 3 bottom, 2 top, and Blitz kind of floating, figuring out where they're going to go.
Yeah.
Okay. I can respect that. But yeah, I would definitely separate Bristol and London
Warriors
from everybody else, and Warriors from everybody else in that division.
Right.
Sure.
So we have a Saturday game again this week in the North. We have the Nottingham Caesars versus East Kilbride Pirates, kicking off at 5:30 in Nottingham.
We got an evening game in Nottingham.
Yep.
Okay. I suppose with it being on the set, mate, there are going to be some pissed Scottish men in Nottingham Saturday night because they're going to finish that, because there's no way you're traveling back to East Kilbride from Nottingham on the Saturday night, because that game will finish at 7:30, 8 o'clock, like.
About 8, probably.
Yeah. So that finishes at 8. It's like from Newcastle to Nottingham is about 3 hours. So then you want to chuck another 2.5 to 3 onto East Kilbride, maybe even 3.5 depending on traffic. So no one is traveling back. Well, okay, maybe
it is a bank holiday weekend, so I guess.
Yeah, maybe the enthusiasts are traveling, but I think we're going to see a lot of pissed Scottish fellas on a Saturday night in Nottingham because I'm taking East Kilbride.
Oh, I'm taking Caesars. I'm gonna ride this. I'm gonna ride this.
You're gonna ride till the wheels fall off.
I'm gonna ride this train till the wheels fall off, boy.
Yeah, no, I'm back on the East Kilbride gravy train, bro. Like, they are flying the Scottish flag because the rest of the fucking country's up the fuck all when it comes to football at the moment. So, like, all aboard East Kilbride. Let's go, baby.
Fair enough. Next game, we're going down to Division 2. We have Hereford Stampede versus Swindon Storm. This is a bitch, but I'm gonna go with.
Is it?
I'm gonna go with Hereford.
Okay, right. I'm taking Storm.
I'm gonna go with Hereford.
We just saw Swindon beat Plymouth. You can't change. You've already said it. I'm not letting you change.
Yeah.
You said Stampede.
Yeah, after Stampede, I'll stick with it.
I'm taking Swindon.
I don't wish-wash. I don't wish-wash between my picks. It's okay.
I don't wish-wash. Yeah. You're like the Birmingham kicker. He doesn't wish-wash between his toes. He just goes out there and just fucking in the mud.
No, stop it. Next, we have the return matchup between Cornwall Monarchs versus Plymouth Vanguard. I'm going with Vanguard.
I'm taking the Vanguard in this one as well, but I would not be surprised if we saw another close game. There's a lot of I don't want to say there's a lot of bad blood between these two temes, but there's a lot of niggle. There's a lot of niggle. There's a lot of stories, because there are a fair few ex-Cornwall players that play for Plymouth.
Yeah.
Or if they're not players, they're associated with the setup. So I'm taking Plymouth, but I think this could be another game where there was maybe some fireworks.
If there's a fight, we want footage. Okay, cool.
So we can publicly lambast you.
Yes.
And then Steve can berate all of your friends as they jump into the comments to defend you.
Yes. Then now we have the Oxford Saints versus Ouse Valley Eagles.
Mate, the Saints are riding a high.
I said I'll never do it.
Big dub.
I'm going with Ouse Valley.
You going with it? Bro, the Saints just had a big win.
Here's my issue. I did that before, okay?
You did that last year and they let you down.
And they let me down massively. I did it before, and I'm not gonna go off of just because they beat Ipswich. I'm not gonna do it to myself. I'm gonna take Ouse Valley on this one. I'll probably be wrong, but I'm sticking by my morals that I don't think it's gonna be a repeat victory this week.
Call me budget Nickelodeon, because I'm not allowed to have guns due to copyrights, but I'm all about that ooze.
Oh,
okay. Just some bad punchlines for you there.
Yes, very. What you want?
Hello, Moggy. I heard that. I've got no cats. I'm very sad.
I got my one. Look at
Is that Rafiki?
Yep.
Yes, my man.
Next up, we have Lee Miners versus. I actually don't remember what their name actually is. Lancashire Buccaneers.
Oh,
okay. I'm going with Buccaneers because
I'm taking the Bucks. I'm taking the Bucks. The Bucks are doing well.
Yep.
Yeah, the Chorley Shire Pirates.
Oh gosh.
Oh, your geography's not good enough to get that joke.
God.
Oh, we got a steam bomb. I don't think I've ever heard you. I mean, I use it very liberally. I don't think I've ever heard you use that word. That's like one of my most frequently used in my vocabulary, especially at work. Fuck all people. But I've never heard you call anybody a cunt before, so that's quite encouraging.
You'll be surprised how much you'll be surprised how much I do. But I keep myself under control when I'm presenting. Okay,
you're a responsible man.
Yes. Next up, we have
like Birmingham kicker.
Next up, we have Wakefield Raiders versus Darlington Steam. This is this could be a shit show.
Yeah,
this is a great game.
This is an absolute fucking shit show.
I'm gonna go with Steam.
Have these two already played?
Don't believe so.
Did they not play in like week 1?
Darlington Steam, no, Senators. No, they haven't played yet.
Okay, so Wakey beat Donny is who they beat quite comfortably. I think I'm going to take the Steam.
Yeah, I'm taking. Because it just. I don't. It's.
It doesn't feel good. I feel like I like Humber in that division, and I don't really like anybody else.
Oh well, fair enough. Here you go then. We got Doncaster Mustangs versus Humber Wolves.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. Like the fact that they're fucking playing Donny as well. Like that's just a double. I would have taken Humber over anybody, but the fact they're playing Donny, I made my one mistake. Yeah, I made my one mistake.
That threw me off when you picked that.
What, Donny?
When you picked that, I was like,
Mate, I was like, maybe this year? No, not this year. And apparently I'm rubbing off on you.
Apparently so. Don't know how. I
no,
don't swear.
No, Diddy.
God, this guy.
Hey, we've already talked about the Lee Miners, so it's okay. Kenny's not going to get it.
Next up in Division 1, we have South Wales Warriors versus Solent Thrashers.
I'm taking the Thrashers. So I.
You got. Did you get cussed out then? Yeah.
I didn't get cussed out. But I did get a cheeky message after I obviously picked against them, and someone messaged me and was like, "Do you believe now?" Because I mentioned and I was like, oh, and because I'd been clipped and it had been shared into the into the Solent chat, and I responded back and I said, "You guys are absolutely too good for Div 1. You're not good enough for the Prem."
I forgot to. So we went on last week. So I got a message saying that my faithfuls were rewarded, so I enjoyed that.
Oh, okay.
The Thrashers had in their first game they had 485 yards of offensive play and 6 touchdowns.
So they have 10 of 22 starters are new.
Yeah.
So of their starters on offense and defense, 10 of the 22 are new.
Now, this statement here, the next one I'm going to say, threw me for a loop. Imagine if we didn't turn it over 6 times.
Oh, 6 turnovers. Oh. Yeah, so I got put in my place. It was a very polite putting in my place, but I did get put in my place, and yes, I believe now, and I will not be picking against Solent
Yeah,
in the near future.
that unless they lose. But
No,
that.
no. So even if
Oh
they lose,
no, you're not. Oh, you're
no.
not. Oh.
Even if they lose, it'll depend on who they lose to. No, the Solent bashing is going away for the foreseeable future.
Okay.
I was very vocal about the Solent bashing last year. It's going away for the foreseeable future, and I believe so.
Hey, I believe in Dave. I believe in Dave Gibbs. It is what it is. He's a good coach. He knows how to get things going in the right direction. And so far, off his first game,
I scored my only ever Brit Ball touchdown with Dave Gibbs as my OC.
oh, fair enough.
Yeah,
There
so
we go.
I also
He can make miracles happen.
I know, right? Okay, and it was against the Hertfordshire Cheetahs.
Oh wow,
Mm,
wow.
yeah,
I wish I was there that day. Hey,
I've got a video. I'll send you a video. I'll send you the
oh,
clip.
lovely.
Of course, I got the video.
Of course you do. Next up in Division 1, we have East. Well, sorry, I was about to say East Kent Mavericks. That's not the team that I want. We got Kent Exiles versus London Olympians. Yeah, this one, I'm probably gonna say the Olympians will probably get it. I think their defense will probably be a bit stronger.
I'm taking the O's.
Okay.
We haven't got the Harvey, but we will very, very shortly.
Apache and South Wales are not playing this week.
Are they not?
It was South Wales and Thrashers, so don't know what week you're looking
at.
Yep, because we just did them.
Oh.
Are you not paying attention?
I didn't know who that. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know who the Thrashers were versing. I was just like, I'm taking them.
South Wales Warriors.
I didn't care. I didn't care who they were versing. I picked them no matter what.
Fair enough. All right. Next up in that division, we have East Kent Mavericks now versus Colchester Gladiators. I'm going with the Mavs. I'm gonna
run it back. I'm gonna try it once more. I'm gonna run it back with the Glads. Yeah, I'm gonna run it back with the Glads. I'm gonna try it once more.
Okay. We're going up north. We have Northend Knights versus Staffordshire Surge. TA, Tyler, my dog, you gonna get a win. Let's go.
Yeah. Give me the Northern Ants. I will have all of the ants in the north. I don't want any of those southern. I don't want any of those southern ants. I only want my ants from the north, and that's where I get my W's from.
Fair enough. Then we move to the next division up there. It's Yorkshire Rams versus.
Yes.
Okay. By the way, it's the Alphas they're playing. So that's that.
Okay. Then I apologise to the Alphas. That was a little bit disrespectful to just immediately award the win to Yorkshire. But I'm still going to give it to Yorkshire.
Yeah,
if anybody else in that division, I would not like. I would have been like, you know what? Don't even bother telling me who it is. Yorkshire all day.
But Alphas are good.
The Alphas are very, very good. They deserve the respect of the consideration. But I am going to take Yorkshire.
Yep. So am I. So far we're pretty neck and neck, other than what, 3 games.
Yeah, that's good. That's all we need. But you got to remember, like Brit Ball as a whole was pretty chalk most of the time.
Yeah,
we say that having literally just got 8 out of 15.
Hey, the week before I got 13 out of 15. So that one was
it's chalk if you're
Sean
Breen
for me.
It's chalk if you're Sean Breen.
Yeah. We have in the Scottish. We're going to Scotland.
Alrighty.
Black Hawks versus Goliaths.
Alrighty.
Before he does this, I'm taking the Black Hawks because it's just easier.
All right, so we've got. Is there 2 Scottish games or 1 Scottish game?
1 Scottish game.
Oh, is it? So who's it? The Black Hawks versus
Black Hawks and Goliaths.
Oh, I haven't even got the Goliaths here. I guess there's a 15th. So the non-Scottish team is Rossendale, so we'll get rid of them.
Yeah.
A Black Hawk named Clyde, so that's them. The Banffshire Smoothnecks, that's the Aberdeen Roughnecks, because Banffshire is the next county along. Glasgow Smile, That is the Tigers.
So you need to add the Black Hawks in it.
No, these are the Hawk. A Black Hawk named Clyde.
Oh, you need to ever Goliaths.
No, I don't.
Oh, right. Okay.
No, that's not fair. That's not fair. I wonder who it's going to be. Oh, we have a winner. Yep, chuck him in. Chuck him in. Yeah, a Black Hawk named Clyde. Oh, I would have picked him. I would have picked him for Clyde if they did let me. I swear.
Oh, good.
Just watch now. Watch Inverclyde win.
Yep. That's exactly what's going to happen. And then we're going to get hit up. Then well, we're not going to get hit up. Steve's going to get hit up with messages.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that's okay with me. Now we're going to the Premiership South. We have Rushmore Knights versus Hertfordshire Cheetahs. Bad versus bad.
Do the Knights have a QB yet?
I don't think so.
No, neither.
I think Calvin's in Europe.
Yeah.
I'm going with Cheetahs. Yeah.
Cheetahs.
Yeah. Right. So the big game of the week in the South, we have London Warriors.
You don't get to pronounce that. That's not your call.
I'm not calling it. It's not the short tech game of the week. I'm just calling it the big game of the week because it is the biggest game of the season.
So. No, it's not. No, it's not. No one cares about
it. Other than okay. We have London Warriors versus Bristol Aztecs. I don't know. I'm going to be honest.
Really? I thought you would, because I know you're a big sort of like. Typically, most of the time, you're fully on the old Gluck 9000 when it comes to the Warriors. So I thought that you would have been all over that balls and all.
I've looked at the figures. The Aztecs O-line looked very, very strong. They have players. They do have the GB up.
Just make your prediction.
Tight game. I'm going to probably be proven wrong.
Oh, my God.
I'm going to go Warriors. I don't know, actually.
Okay,
you pick first.
Well, I'll take the Aztecs. Because I'm assuming you're going to take the Warriors and we'll fucking...
Sure, we'll split. Yeah,
make it fun. Make it fun. Yeah, I have no idea who's going to win this. I hope... Okay. I hope the Aztecs win. Because every year, I'm going to back the Aztecs at least once to beat the Warriors, just on the hope that they do, because I think it'll be great.
Because this game last year ended 13-12.
Yeah. Let's go. Bristol.
So,
let's do it.
And then the final game of the week, we have Coventry Phoenix versus Manchester Titans. Their first game of the season.
0-1-6-1 Manny on the map.
You're going with Manny, yeah?
Yeah. I act all confident about it, but Coventry making waves a little bit. But
yeah, we don't know.
We haven't seen Manchester since they lost
to Bristol.
Since they lost to Bristol last year. So we don't know what they're looking like. We don't know what their squad is doing.
Know if they've got a QB still. Who the QB is? So it's definitely up in the air.
I'm still gonna. It's the status quo until it's not. So 0-1-6-1.
It's always nice to shoot in the dark. Yeah, I'm going Titans as well. Yeah,
and that'll be us then.
That is us. That is week 4 rundown finished with the week 5 predictions. Me and Oz are pretty neck and neck. We are split on.
Oh, do you mean for the week?
2.
We got about 4 or 5 different.
3, 4.
4. Yeah.
4 different games.
That's like a quarter of the games.
Potentially, one of us could go completely correct.
No chance. There's no one. No one is getting a perfect. We haven't had a perfect week from anybody in years.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, no, it's not happening this week. We will definitely both get multiple ones wrong, whether it's the same ones that we get wrong or whether it's some of our splits that we get wrong. But it doesn't matter.
But, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the rundown. We started a tad bit late, but we only got 10 minutes over, so we're still on good time.
You
Everything's
say
going
10 minute,
great.
mate. It was like 30 seconds.
No, it's 1 hour 10 minutes.
Yeah, no, but for it's 1 hour 10 minutes. So for us to have started 1 hour 10 minutes ago would have been at like
7:30.
like 7:30, like 7:30 and 30 seconds. We started a tad bit like 30 seconds. No one cares.
Yeah, fair enough. But no, ladies and gentlemen, we are grateful for you lot to have us today again on a Monday. This has been the rundown. My name's Micah.
I'm Oz on location. We'll play Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego next week as we figure out where the fuck I am.
But yeah, this has been great. Hopefully, we'll have a great weekend of football. Hope to see you all soon.